everyone, good evening, and welcome to this bold conversation hosted by Athulit Academy. You are here because you are ready to level up, and we are here to show you exactly how to make it happen. For those of you just getting to know us, Athulit Academy was founded by Radhika Kautha, a dedicated learning designer and corporate trainer. The mission and the core of everything we do is built on three pillars: clarity, confidence, and ownership. We are here to help you bridge the gap between academic theory and the practical skills you need to navigate the professional world with genuine confidence. So, before we jump in, a few quick points to keep in mind. Please keep your microphones muted to ensure a smooth experience for everyone. This session is for you. We encourage you to actively share your thoughts and ask your questions freely. And do stay with us until the very end. So, today's conversation is uncomfortable because most students today are surrounded by people but supported by very few. We live in a time where people collect followers, add LinkedIn connections, join networking groups, save numbers, react to stories, but still feel alone when they genuinely need help. And that's because somewhere along the way, networking stopped becoming human. It became a performance. Today's bold conversation is called You Don't Have a Network, You Have a Contact List. And before we begin, this session is not about becoming more famous, more visible, or more connected online. It's about becoming someone people genuinely trust, remember, and support. So, dear audience, type yes in the chat if you have ever added someone online but never actually spoken to them again. Mahim says yes, others. Well, exactly. That's the culture we are living in. Now it is my honor to introduce the founder of Atulit Academy, Radhika Kautha. She joins us today to challenge the existing career norms and provide an unfiltered view of the professional landscape. By stripping away the myths that hold students back, she is here to change the way you think about your future and open doors by connecting you directly with actual opportunities you need to succeed. And with that, over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ansia. So, let's start with the biggest lie that we ever tell ourselves. I know a lot of people, you know, when extroverts especially are asked this question, the first answer you get is yes, I do know a lot of people. But unfortunately, not only students, people mostly think that visibility equals connection. Now, I want all of you to have a pen and a paper for this entire segment that you're there with us. Don't be lazy, just get up, get a pen and paper for yourselves. And the moment you get it, just give me a thumbs up. I'll wait. I have a lot of patience. Okay, Dipali, Mahim, Bhavik, Insia, yes, yes, Sujata, yes. Okay, fine. So I need you to open your Instagram account and tell me how many followers you have. just type it in the chat box, or you can just unmute yourself and talk.
100.
100. Okay. Bhavik, you have 490. Wonderful. Chetan, 507. Whoopee. Okay. Fine. I want you to open your WhatsApp. Yes, Dinesh has 161. Fantastic. And I want you to tell me how many WhatsApp groups you're related to. I'll wait. I have a lot of patience. This entire conversation that we are having over here today is to make you aware, nothing else but that. And see, I would love your answers also. 10 plus. Okay, 10 plus WhatsApp groups. Who else? Well, the rest of you are not there in any WhatsApp groups. Friends, dear friends, evergreen friends. There must be so many groups, no? 34, Dinesh. Chetan is 6. Sujata says 223 followers and 8 plus WhatsApp groups. Fantastic. Now, the last question that I have for you is I want you to open your phone again and send me the number of contacts you have saved. How many? How many contacts have you saved? Ishan, can I get an answer from you, please? A type in the chat box is enough. 382, Mahi. Bhavik says hundreds. Oh my god. Mahim is 386. Insia says 300 plus. Fantastic. Now, my biggest question is out of all these contacts, followers, connections, groups that you are in, who actually knows you? Ishan has 386. Fantastic. Who actually knows you? A very simple question. And when I say who actually knows you, I don't mean your username or your profile or your achievements. I mean you. So, Dinesh, you have 1,000. Fantastic. So, again, same question. How many of them know you? Fantastic. Sujata, 1,000 plus. It's like an OMG for me. So, yes. So, most of you may be what you call the adults or the students. I personally feel that you are building audiences and not relationships. That is what is happening currently, and that is the biggest problem. People only reach out when they need something. So, this is happening with you too. I hope you are following what I am trying to tell you. I made you. Here, we have done nothing over here except analyze. Nothing but make you aware that you have thousands of contacts, you have thousands of connections, but at the end of the day, you only have a few people who actually know you. So, you suddenly message someone saying, when do you usually message someone you don't know? Bhavik?
Maybe if I have a query or if I need something.
Okay, fine. Um, right. Then What about you, Mahi? Okay. Ishan, how about you? This is an interactive conversation. So, until and unless I get an answer from you people, I will not go to the next step. We are having a bold conversation over here. So Bhavik was very right in saying that, when he needs, I mean, what do you call, whenever you need to interact or whenever you need something. So I would actually resonate with Bhavik over here, because when do you call somebody you don't know, especially now that you are in colleges? Before placements, before internships, before different kinds of competitions maybe that you need to attend, or when you want a contact of another person that you need to talk to. And you call this networking. But this is not networking. Relationships that you build only during need rarely become meaningful. So, here I want you to be very honest, and I want you to drop this thing in the chat. How many people have you messaged only because you needed help? I just need honest answers. I don't even mind if you say zero. I don't even mind if you say five. No judgment here. A lot, okay. Ishan says a lot. Bhavik says 10 to 15. Chetan 3 to 4. Sujata many. Okay. So Mahi says 10ish. Asha, yes, 3 to 4. 100 plus. 100 plus, Dinesh. Okay. Right. So when we need help, you message so many people. Okay. Why is this being done currently is um, your honesty matters over here, and you need to understand that you need to interact with people when you don't need them also, right? So here I am pausing for a minute, and I am opening the floor for a question or two before I go and keep on talking. I can unendingly talk, but I need a response from your end. Any questions that you have till now? Okay. Say, for example, how often do you feel hurt when people don't show up when you need them? On a scale of 1 to 10, just give me a number. You genuinely go out of the way and you genuinely think that they're going to respond, and 8, Sujata. So that's the 8, 8, 8. Oh, ooh, ooh. The hurt levels are at the next level, right? Okay. So, yes, Mahim, 9. Nobody shows up for you because you've never shown up for them. Please understand this. We live in a world where you need to constantly tell people that you are there for them without expecting anything. That is something which you need to learn at this very juncture, because you are raw. You are people who have just stepped out of your schools and getting into college. So if you master this nuance of networking, no one can stop you in the future, because not your marks, not your grades, not your achievements will ensure that you go to the next level. It is your connections, it is your networks, and networks not based on followers, Network based on building relationships. This is something which you need to really, really grill into your head. So, if you actually see why you don't feel that connection is, most of you want support without ever becoming supportive. You want mentorship, you want recommendations, you want opportunities, you want guidance, you want collaboration, this, that, everything. But ask yourself one big question: when was the last time you added value to someone's life? Not for marks, not for visibility, not for screenshots, not for a thank you. Genuinely, when was the last time you added value to someone else's life? Ishan?
Well, a lot of times, I
Okay.
mean, I have added value to a lot of people's lives. Like, I mean, of course, I don't keep a number, but then when I don't get something in return, in the sense, something in return, in the sense, if I'm doing something for them and I just don't see the same effort from them from that side, I think I get hurt then. That's what's hurtful.
Okay. Fine. So you build relationships, and when they don't reciprocate, then you get hurt. And then what do you do after that, if I may ask you, and if you're comfortable in answering?
Well, I do approach them. I do talk to them regarding that. And if then also the matter is not resolved, I do again talk to them. And then again, if it's not resolved, then I just, yeah, I take the next step, which is maybe cutting myself off from them or something.
Okay. So, Mahi, do you agree with Ishan?
I do, I do. I think after putting efforts from like one side twice or thrice, then it's just like I don't want to be the only one who wants to make effort here. I need the other person to like say this, be there for me when I need them. So it's of course.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. Right. So, yes, Chetan.
Well, actually, I have like a different point of view from that.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that adding value to someone else's life in itself has like a better feeling for yourself. So it's if I added value to someone else's life, I don't really necessarily think of it as they should add to mine. Obviously, it is nice though if somebody does help me back, but I believe my act of giving itself is just enough for me.
Fantastic, Chetan. That was the answer I was looking for, actually. Uh, Giving without actually, what you call, expecting something in return is very good. That is how you need to start building your relationships. That is the stage where you need to start. So, yes. Can you just check once if we can admit more people, please? Yeah, right. Dinesh is saying he doesn't expect. Yes, fantastic. So, when you are actually networking, coming, we are going into a totally different segment, and everybody is getting a tad emotional. So, I'm bringing you back to networking over here. So, yes. So, when I'm saying you are networking with people outside, start building relationships instead of expecting something in return. So I just say that real networking is not about collecting important people, impressing seniors, chasing famous people, commenting great insight. This is for all of us, not only for students, for all of us. It's basically built on trust, consistency, contribution, remembering people, and helping without immediate benefit. Once you start doing this, then networking becomes very, very useful as you grow up. Um, Let me give you an example. Some students, I mean, many of you over here, you know hundreds of people, okay? But just understand if they disappear for 1 month and nobody checks on them, so will it make a difference? Just a simple question. You have hundreds of connections, you know hundreds of people, okay? If two or three of them disappears, will you check on them? I'm talking about your IG list, Instagram list. You won't even know that they have disappeared. So this alone, if yeah, Bhavik, if they're close to you, you have some 386 connections, if I am right. So of those 386 connections, you will remember 20 maybe. 20, that too, who regularly give you a thumbs up. What about the rest? If they disappear, will it make a difference in your life? Will it make a difference? What do you call? Exactly. It won't make a difference, correct? So basically, we are living in a world of digital proximity, not proximity. That is the biggest difference. So before, just give me an answer to this. What stops students from building relationships? Just a simple question.
I think hesitation.
Okay. A lot of things. Can we just say one word, Asha? Genuinely, I want you to genuinely think, students, and let me know what stops you from building okay, ego, status, okay. When I have come across many students who actually tell me cultural background, perfect comparisons basically. Two things come out whenever I ask students this question: what stops you? Mostly, one, the biggest thing that I come across is awkwardness, insecurity. Correct, Chetan? Awkwardness is equal to insecurity as far as I'm concerned. Okay. Insecurity is one, awkwardness is one. Then another thing which I really, really come across is fear of judgment. Again and again, they keep telling me that, that is the reason why we hesitate in building relationships. Own perceptions, absolutely right. Okay. So I have a small activity for all of you. Uh, we are going to do something extremely simple. No cameras needed, no breakout rooms. I know you don't like showing yourselves. Just honesty. Okay. I don't want you to type anything yet. I just want you to think. If your phone disappeared today, if your phone disappeared today, which three people would still check on you? I want you to write down these three names. I don't want you to send it to me, just write it down for yourself.
So this is other than family.
Yes, no family, definitely not family. Because here we are talking about networking, correct? Family is there anyways. Give me a thumbs up once you're done. Yes, Asha is done. Chetan. Mahim is done. Yes. Ishan, you have a question? Oh, you raised the wrong hand. Okay. Mahi, yes. Okay. Insia. Perfect. Excellent. You got your names right. Now, my second question to you is, if you genuinely needed help tomorrow, who would respond without making you feel like a burden? You can't write down the three names that you have listed in question one. And no family, huh? Okay, Dipali, Dinesh. Can you repeat the second question? Absolutely. If you genuinely needed help tomorrow, who would respond without making you feel like a burden? And you can't write the three names that you have written for question one. Okay, done, most of you? Or you're still thinking? Mahi, yes. Dipali, yes. Okay, right. Now, the third question, you have all your contacts. You have your Instagram contacts, you have your WhatsApp groups, you have your saved contacts. So, this list has to come out from them. Huh? Who trusts your character enough to recommend you when you are not in the room? Three names. You cannot repeat the names in question one and question two. My question, who trusts your character enough to recommend you when you are not in the room? Asha is running out of people now. Yes, right. Good. So, did you think of many people or only a few? Sujata has three or four very genuine and honest answer. Sujata, many, yes. Ishan, Ishan has many. Okay, well that was not on. Chetan also has many. Okay, Purva many. Asha has three or six. Mahim has five or six. So when you say many, can you put a number on it? Mahi says 9 to 10. Okay. Dinesh says 10 to 12. Okay. So, that realization that you have currently is important. Nothing else. You have thousands of contacts, but when you were actually, Deepali says 6 to 7. So, when you are actually thinking about the 9 people that I asked, the first 3 came like this. The second 3 took a while but came. And the third 3 took a long time. Maximum, I'll tell you, you will have 50 people, 50, who will fit all these 3 categories. What about the other 250 or 750 or 800 contacts you have? How do you build networking with them? Why do you even have these contacts with you? Correct. Our entire focus today is to build your network in an efficient way. Right? So, let's compare visibility versus reality. That is what we did currently. Visibility was what I asked you about, all your connections that you had, and reality is what I just showed you. Now, can somebody tell me how many of you have more than 50 people whom you can immediately, whom you can immediately connect with? That means who will make a difference in your life. Dipali doesn't have, Asha doesn't have, Mahim doesn't have. Interesting, interesting. But all thumbs down. No one. Dinesh has. Okay, fantastic. Purva, none of you, none of you. Goodness gracious. You're scaring me now. Okay. Now, I want you to genuinely think and type only the number of people who would genuinely recommend you. This is all an awareness activity that we are doing, nothing else. Genuinely think. You don't have to answer me, you just have to put it on paper. Be honest to yourself. Number of people who will genuinely recommend you, support you. I think this might be a little bit more. The people who will support you. And the third thing, 12 to 20, okay, and the people who will help you grow. Sujata is thinking and thinking and thinking. Sorry, yours is the only camera that is open and I'm being able to gauge your expressions. Dipali 6 to 7, Mahi not more than 10. Yes. Mahim 10. Yes. So look at the difference. That gap is the difference between attention and trust. So you have 8 to 10 people on an average who will support you, while you have 780 people. The shrug is enough, I guess. It doesn't matter. So, why does this happen? This happens because most of us, or most of the people we are associated with, actually come in touch with us when they need something or we need something from them. Very few people build relationships before they need anything. Again and again, I am stressing on only one thing from the time we have started this webinar: building your relationships. That is networking, not having contacts on your social media. So, before tonight ends, okay, we are going to do one activity currently. Everything is activity today, everything you have to do. Okay, we're going to do one activity today, and I want you to write down this and I want you to act upon it whenever you feel like doing it before the end of next week. Okay? So, the first thing is write down the name of that one person that you would like to appreciate genuinely. Write down. Give me a thumbs up once you've written the name. I'll give you the next thing. One name of a person you would appreciate genuinely in this week. Second, write down the name of a person whom you will help and not post about it and talk about it with anyone else. मैंने ये किया ना, not even with your family. Right, and it shouldn't be the same person. Huh? I forgot to tell that initially. I don't want to, per se, if I'm saying I don't want NCI under each answer. It has to be a separate name. Okay, right, perfect. Now, uh, type down the name of a person with whom you will share an opportunity. Write down without expecting anything in return. Yes. Okay. You want me to elaborate the third point or all the questions, Chetan? The third. Okay. So, any kind of an opportunity that you come across, say, for example, you've heard about an internship or you've heard about some good program that you feel is really good, which you've kept it to yourself and yourself and yourself till now. Okay. Something which you feel is genuinely good, just open your contacts. You might not, I mean, you might haven't, I mean, how do I put it? Even if you did not contact that person from a very, very long time, if you feel that person can benefit it, share that opportunity without expecting anything. Yes, wonderful, Dinesh. Okay. Next, write down the name of the person that you've been thinking to check in from a very long time but haven't. Daily, you must be thinking, I should get in touch with this person. And daily, you have hundreds of other things that you are doing, or in fact, just procrastinating and looking at the wall, but not contacting that person. Okay, right. And last but not the least, thank a teacher or a friend or a mentor or a senior or a peer meaningfully. Not because it benefits you, because here you are building relationships. So type done in the chat if you have come to a conclusion about all the names that you would be contacting. Okay, Dinesh is done, Chetan, Ishan, Sujata, Mahi, Bhavik, fantastic. Asha, hopefully I'm not just getting duns and you've actually written down the names. Yes. Okay. So, how can you actually start building networks? As students, what are the different things you can do? Okay. Many a times it so happens we don't concentrate on the people who are there around us. Network building is basically starting with the people who are there around you. And for you people who are just about to step into a bright new future, your classmates are that. You know, your classmates basically when you're going into college are future founders, managers, creators, leaders, entrepreneurs. All of them are going to become something or the other. So don't ignore these people because they are not useful yet. That is the first thing that you need to do. And how do you do it? The biggest problem that I come across when I say this to teenagers is, how do we start the conversation? Because starting a conversation is the biggest awkwardness that you ever come across in life. Give me a thumbs up if you agree with it. Absolutely, absolutely, yes. So, small talk. Small talk is talking about the birds and bees that are there around you. Nothing else but that. The biggest thing, you know, you can just ask them simple questions. Hey, what have you been doing? That's all. Basically, the problem with your generation is you think a lot, you overthink a lot. You overthink so much that ultimately you feel awkward and you don't ask. So, I personally feel that whenever we are uncomfortable in approaching a person, we have this talk with that person in our head. Yes, what will the other person think about me? What if I go wrong? What are you thinking about all this? Just a simple, hey, what have you been up to? That's it. Don't overthink, nothing. Just ask questions and listen to it carefully. Okay, so a person that I haven't, what do you call? Let me just openly ask somebody. I hope you're up to it. Mahim, what have you been up to recently?
Um, I have my exams coming up, so I've probably been preparing for it mostly.
Okay, so the next step two is I asked Mahim a question. I listened carefully to what Mahim said. Okay. Chetan, can you just tell me what Mahim just said, if you can?
She's studying for the exams, so she's not been up to anything.
Exactly. So you've listened carefully over here. That is step two. Okay. Right. Okay. Mahi, can you tell me uh, how can you phrase a question from this information that we've got? That you can ask
So
Mahi.
I can maybe ask her what exam she's preparing for.
Fantastic. Yes, Mahim, what would be your answer?
On my semester exams.
Perfect. And there your conversation has started. You just need to ask a simple question, listen carefully to what the opposite person is saying, and then remember the details and phrase a question related to it. That's all. But the gold mine lies if after about 2 to 3 days you call up Mahim and say, hey, how was your exam? Or just ping Mahim saying, how was your exam? That is follow up. Because always remember, people remember how you make them feel, not how polished your profile is or how polished you are. So it's in a simple 1 minute conversation. We really know a lot about Mahim today. She's having her exam, she's having a semester exam, she's preparing for it, she's studying hard for it. So you need to build conversations, not impressions. Um, so I have a question for all of you over here. What do you think people remember more? Your achievements or your behavior? Behavior, Mahi says. Behavior, yes. Behavior, yes. Mostly it is behavior accepted at your stage, it is behavior. But when it comes to an adult version, when it is your boss, it is the achievement. Okay? Yes. Sujata, behavior, yes. People, yes, plus achievement. So your behavior mostly matters a lot. So again, right, I want you to take a conscious pledge today that you are going to add value before asking somebody anything from today onwards. Every time you want to pick up the phone and you want to ask something to someone which you really need, I want you to just ping them and add your own what do you call conversation with them before asking. Always remember this. Or instead of them, you message somebody else. Send people opportunities, send people appreciation. You know, appreciation goes a long way. Send people encouragement, send people useful resources whenever you come across them, because this is how trust starts. And when I say send them opportunities, appreciation, encouragement, or whatever I just said just now, it doesn't mean you ping the same five people about opportunities, same five people about appreciation, same five people encouragement. No, five different people you will ping them opportunities, five different people you will ping them appreciation. Ping different people. Even if they don't answer, it's okay, but ping, because slowly people will then start. Yes, a simple house everyone at home is also fine, but I guess Gen Z, I haven't ever heard them speak that language. um Maybe it'll be a what's up from you guys. So maybe that should suffice. Yes, what's up. Or maybe they're cringing right now because that is not something that they use. It can be anything. So, what is that one word you use? Just type it in the box if you just want to ping somebody. Purva, do you type a whole sentence, phrase, or is it just Pushpa is saying bro? Is that true? Do you people do you actually say bro? What? How do you ping your friends? I am interested, intrigued now. One word. I need only the first word. Huh? I don't need the sentence. Sun. Okay. That makes a lot of sense though. Oye. Hey. Or. Okay. Nice. Okay. Uh, my next question to all of you over here is, what's harder, starting conversations or maintaining genuine ones? You can open the unmute and talk. Just raise your hand so that there is no. For me, finding genuine ones, maintaining
Could
genuine
you
ones.
repeat the question?
Yeah, my question is, what's harder, starting conversations or maintaining genuine ones?
Starting new ones.
Perfect. Okay. Starting convos, yes. Okay. So, this entire exercise that we did today is to make you aware that just having a contact list is not enough. Open your contact list today and start from alphabet A. Okay. And genuinely think, should I send them appreciation? Should I send them an opportunities? Should I send them this? Or should I remove them from my contact list? you know so that's a genuine thought that I want you to give, because again, the only reason why this entire conversation took place today is for you to start building your conversations from the network that you have around you, because if you're not doing it, you are missing out on a lot. So we have done the activity. You already know what to do. The moment this webinar is over or the conversation is over, the ball is in your court. Whether you want to procrastinate, go and go back again staring at the wall, or you just want to take out about 1 or 2 minutes from your busy schedule and do all this. send messages. Okay, right. Now the floor is opening up for questions. I am done with my topic. Do any one of you have a question?
Can online friendships become truly meaningful? And I don't know if they can, then how?
Mm, okay. Truly, they can become truly meaningful because, again, it is like, are you just liking what do you call whatever they are sending across, or are you trying to build a rapport with them? It depends on you whether you want to make it a meaningful connection or not. They can definitely. I have so many online connections. My entire network is built on online connections. And I do know such meaningful people currently. I hope this answers your question.
Yeah, it does.
Okay. Yes. So, I have a question for you people. If you are not interested in asking me, um, how do we build genuine relationships without sounding fake or overly formal? No one, Mahi, by being real. Okay. By following up with them decently. Okay. Absolutely. You know what Bhavik said, stop trying to impress people immediately. Be genuine. Most of the people, they really, overthink a lot. The first thing that comes to your mind, maybe mostly, is how do I sound smart? How do I sound smart when I actually want to build a relationship? Instead, ask a question to yourself: how do I make this interaction meaningful? It's as simple as that. And how do you make it meaningful? By simple things: remembering names, follow up later, mm, again, active listening, and checking in whether they need it or not. Be authentic. That's it. Yes. Yeah. Do we have any more queries or do we call it a day? Yes, Cynthia.
Yes, ma'am. So, how can we as students add value to other people when we are only learning and growing at this stage?
You don't need expertise, Cynthia, to be valuable. You know, you just need, like we discussed previously, you just need to share opportunities with people you think will benefit from it. You just need to encourage people, connect with others. You can help them out, share resources, and the biggest thing that you can do is support emotionally if possible, because knowledge is not um, knowledge is not always value. Sometimes it is just pure reliability, as far as I'm concerned. Yes, Dinesh, are you satisfied with
Hmm?
this answer, Insia?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And one more, if,
Mhm.
ma'am, how do I approach my professors or seniors if I have a question without feeling intimidated by them?
Basically, you just have to remember that they are people before, normal people. They are not some, Mahatmas or ideal people who have just been born to do something. At the end of the day, they are just simple people. Most of the students, what happens is you get intimidated because you focus too much on their status. Okay, whether he's a professor, he's like this, he's like that, he's like this. So it's a very simple thing. Start respectfully and be specific when you are, especially when it is your mentors or seniors. Something, a simple sentence, say for example, don't be general, like please guide me or something like that. um, just use sentences like I've learned this from your journey and wanted to understand one thing better. That's it. Thoughtful communication always stands out. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, Dinesh.
Yeah, thank you, Radhika, for the opportunity. And I was just extending to the question which Insia asked, right? How to add value. So even my kids are Gen Zs, and they are adding values by teaching me every day a new Gen Z term, which I don't know. So you are adding a lot of values these Gen Z because being a millennial, you don't understand. So earlier I was not aware of FOMO, YOLO, all these things, but now I'm also talking in the same language. So you can, so even my daughter, she comes up with the same thing. Like, do you know this thing? Now this is a new code. She asked me to give a Snapchat because she needs to flex with her friends. So this is the things that are happening. And on your next question also, India, how to approach without getting intimidated. It's very genuine. Like if you like person's work, a simple compliment on their work or their achievements, because your mentors with and they have excel in their field. They must be having some good traits. That's why you are approaching them. So just giving that compliment, I think, makes a lot of difference. I don't know whether I'm right or wrong, Radhika. You know it better. But I have observed these things a lot, and it's like sometimes even a very simple
Dinesh,
compliment. Well,
I would just like to interrupt you for a minute over here because knowing Gen Zs, they get what do you call lose what do you call the concentration
interest.
capacity is a little bit less, and I need them to answer this Mentimeter if you don't mind.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
please,
please.
please. Thank you so much. Yes, India, can you just put the Mentimeter?
Yes,
We'll come
yes,
back
sure.
to you, Dinesh. Let them just finish answering this, and we'll come back to you. Yeah.
Um, so I am posting a Mentimeter link in the chat. It will just take 2 minutes. Please share your responses.
Okay, we are eight of us. Okay,
The
perfect.
next.
Okay, okay, right. Yes, we're good to go. Thank you so much for the feedback. Over to you, Insia.
Thank you, ma'am. And I just want to say before we close, your future opportunities will not come from marks, resumes, certificates, or followers. Many opportunities come through trust, relationship, reputation, and how people feel after interacting with you. So, a huge thank you to you, ma'am, for such a powerful session. And of course, to all of you, your energy and questions today really proved that this is group isn't here to listen, you're here to lead. So, we are also dropping a practical takeaway resource in the WhatsApp group right now. And do click the Athulit Academy links that we have already posted in the chat. Next, let's keep this momentum going. Our next Athulit Masterclass is happening on May 13th. So go ahead, mark your calendars, and we'll be sending the registration details very shortly. Thank you all once again.
Don't forget to build your network, huh? Yes. Okay. Yes, Dinesh, you were saying something.
Yeah, well, so thanks again, Radhika, and sorry I interrupted your flow of the momentum which is going.
No issues at all.
But yeah, what I was saying, like a simple compliment is very good enough thing. Like when you see a person has changed deeply,